Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Katie Greifeld.
All right, let's get to some of the individual gainers, if I may. In the green, see, look at that outperformance today. You got Dow, the number 2 gainer in the S&P 500. Lyondell, ticker LYB. That's the number 1. I think Dow is the number 2 gainer in the S&P 500. This is coming after Citi analyst Patrick Cunningham removed the 90-day downside catalyst watch on the stocks as polyethylene prices improve and ethane prices fall, helping the firm's integrated margins. You also had U.S. chemical stocks rising as higher oil prices were giving gas-based producers an advantage, and analysts see upside for U.S. chemicals and fertilizer firms. So you have that play, and that's maybe some of the story. So Dow up about 6.5%, Lyondell up about 6.8%. Some outperformance. And then flip it on over to Mosaic, ticker MOS. It too was a top gainer in the S&P 500. Morgan Stanley analyst Nigel Daly maintains an equal weight on the stock, raises the price target from 33 to 35. Stock closing at just under $28 a share. So that's certainly at play. And then I just want to mention Strategy, ticker MSTR, top in the NASDAQ 100. Bazinga Newswire noting that one of the strategy directors, Carl Ricketson, bought about 5,000 shares of the company for the first time in 3.5 years. And that's after the stock crashed nearly 70% from its November peak. So that purchase by this director marking a reversal from his previous pattern of selling shares, having filed 19 separate SEC forms showing only stock sales over the past 3.5 years. So insider buying, right, always often seen as a positive sign. So we'll see. Time will tell.
And I just want to add one honorable mention in there, Carol, and that's with Critical Metals, which was up more than 30% here on the day. A small cap company, but one that could potentially benefit from whatever the heck is going on between the U.S. and Greenland.
All right, let's get to some of the decliners now. I want to start with the banks. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup all falling. Bank of America down close to 4%. Wells Fargo down 4.6%. Citigroup down 3.3%. All of these banks reported earlier today. We heard different things from all of them. Citi's Jane Fraser saying that telling employees the bar is raised. She signaled further job cuts to come. Bank of America shares declined amid concerns about expenses, even though equity traders posted their best fourth quarter ever. And Wells Fargo missed analyst profit estimates as severance costs drove up expenses. Also taking a look at tariff-related stocks. Those today
That's just
slid.
one decliner?
That's just one. This is all for you, Carol.
Jeez.
Finley said this is okay, our producer.
Actually, Finley said...
I checked with her.
Actually, Finley said Tim next with his 5 million decliners.
Okay, that's a win. You know, when a lot of stocks are down, I got to use it to my advantage.
All right.
Mattel, Hasbro, Lululemon all took a hit today. These, after the Supreme Court did not issue an opinion on the legality of those IEEPA tariffs. We'll see when we hear from the Supreme Court next if we do get some clarity. And finally, look at hotels, resorts, and cruise lines today taking a hit. This is the S&P 1500 hotels, resorts, and cruise lines index down 1.41%. We can also say home builders also fell today. Yeah. This after the U.S. State Department gears up to suspend processing visas for people from dozens of countries, including Brazil and Nigeria.
And just add honorable mention to that, really the big...
I did every stock that was lower today, Romaine. There are no honorable mentions.
You did not, actually. You actually missed the software stocks. We saw a big downdraft in a lot of those names like AppLove and Intuit, DocuSign, and quite a few others, particularly the application software stocks. Keep an eye on that space here as investors do continue that rotation. And keep an eye on what's been going on in the bond market. We did see a more meaningful move in Treasury yields on the back of that economic data, and it was to the downside. A 4 basis point drop on the long end of the curve. Your 30-year yield down 4 basis points. Similar move for your 10-year yield, your 2-year yield down about 2 basis points. And we should point out the move on the 10-year and the 30-year down, the most meaningful drop that we've seen on a one-day basis in at least about 2 months.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.